If you were like me and have been doing Amazon FBA as a side hustle or in addition to your day job in the past few years, I want to ask you, is it the time to make the jump? Is Amazon FBA worth doing full time? And in this video, we'll go over some of the benefits that come along with being an Amazon FBA seller. How much money can be made by investing in this business model, and talk about what my experience was transitioning into doing Amazon FBA full time. Hi, this is Tomer from sourcingmonster.com, where I share with you videos, updates, and tutorials about Amazon FBA and e-commerce, and all the information that I share with you here is completely free. Now, as we go through the video, if you find value in it, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and you also subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so when I release and upload a new video, you can get yourself notified. All links for everything I'm going to mention in this video will be in the description section for you. Is Amazon FBA worth the time and effort for a full-time entrepreneur? So if you ask me, this is the best business model as far as what you invest to what you can actually get. And Amazon FBA business is a business model with huge potential. It is super scalable, highly profitable, and fairly hands-on. We'll go over point number 2 and 3. What are the pros and cons for each, like for being an Amazon FBA seller in general, and what's the difference between doing it like as part-time or side hustle to doing it full-time. But I really think that it's worth doing it. It's worth the time and effort because even if you do it full time, it doesn't takes like your whole day. Like let's say you open a normal business like a coffee shop or a restaurant. You need to be present there like all your day. Of course, you can delegate and bring employees and then jump into other businesses, but it's relatively takes much more efforts and being hands-on than doing Amazon FBA. For example, I'm traveling now with my family for like a month and a half, and with any other business model, it will be almost impossible to do so. So this business model give you the flexibility and the lifestyle, but at the same time, growing it and scaling it to heights that you would really never imagine that are possible. So this is definitely, in my opinion, worth jumping into doing full time so you can focus. If you have more load, let's say before Q4, you're gonna work like 8 hours a day. And then at times, like it's a little slower, when you take a vacation, you can work less. It gives you the flexibility, but it's definitely worth the time investing it and growing it and doing it full time. I was doing it as a side hustle, and then seeing the potential, decided to go full time as an Amazon FBA seller. So, what are the pros of being an Amazon FBA seller? So, first of all, you have good profit margins. This model allow you to relatively buy at low and sell high. Yes, we all know now what's going on if you're an experienced seller or even new seller, with the logistics costs and increasing costs to ship from China or from anywhere in the world to the US or Europe, which affecting the profit margins. But in general, the profit margins are there. If you know what you're doing, if you're doing like good enough product research, will cover what you actually need to do if you want to go full time, or just do it before you start. You use Amazon's huge source of traffic, and it's fairly passive income. Like I said, I'm right now traveling. I'm still working 2 3 hours a day because I don't want to go the business go down. But if I don't work, I still get the sales, I still get the profits, and everything works like a clock. I could be at the beach and the sales will come in. So yes, it's not passive, but relatively to other business models, it's very passive in comparison. What are the cons of being Amazon FBA seller? So obviously, it's not all nice and shiny. You have some cons as well. Like you can just start with zero money. You need to have upfront capital. But I look at it, if I compare it to other business models, as relatively very low risk. You don't have to invest hundreds or thousands of dollars. You could relatively start with 10,000 and open your store and be successful. Of course, if you want to support that success, you need to pump more money in. But I'm sure that once you see success and you see results, you'll have no problem get the money and invest in that business model. And if you compare it, like I said, to a coffee shop, for example, you need upfront money like 30, 40, $50,000, which you don't really know if it will work or not. So if you get into this business model and you lose this $10,000, you will still have something to eat the next day, comparing to 50,000 that could really hurt you in your future. Dealing with suppliers, and they're reliant on Amazon. So dealing with suppliers, you depend on them, you depend on their quality, you have to do the due diligence. You're not really depend on yourself, but this is something that you have in every business, in my opinion. You're reliant on Amazon. This is for me the highest risk, I would say, because, and that's why I'm planning to sell my business and then start over, because at the end of the day, I depend on Amazon. If someone will report me or do something, it shouldn't happen, but you still have that risk, you know, and that's something to really consider. Point number four, things to consider before starting your Amazon FBA business. So, first of all, you need to understand that you could fail, okay? Many people entering into Amazon FBA or maybe thinking about, going full time, but they don't really understand that it could not work. They might go full time, but they don't have plan B. Plan B to what could happen if your business go down and you cannot really cash out enough money to sustain your lifestyle. You know, this is an option. And I also consider this, and that's why I put a good amount of money to sustain my lifestyle for at least a year. Even if I don't get $1 every month from Amazon or take money from my business, you need to know this and be prepared for that. Point number two, product research like a pro. This is something that I was even doing a mistake with. I launched products and everything was good, and I had so much confidence that every product that I will bring to the market will be good, that I wasn't really professional enough like I was at the beginning with the product research. And then I brought products to the market. They didn't work as good as I planned or I thought. And that really led me to, okay, we have to evaluate and do product research like a professional again. And that's what I'm doing right now. And, you know, there is this phrase that says that if you put the work on, and if you know that you put the work on, then you believe in yourself. So I have that confidence now that I know that I put the work and I'm doing the research and I'm doing things by the book, and hopefully it will work out. And from here, it's out of my control, kind of. uh have enough stress tolerance and long-term thinking. Sometimes sales will go down and up, and it happens to me in the last few weeks. Now, thanks God, it's going up again. But if you don't have tolerance for stress and the long-term thinking, it could really hurt you, and it might not be the best thing for you to do it full time or get into this business model. So you should start selling on Amazon FBA if you have no experience. If you ask me, then definitely no. You should have basic skills, understanding the e-commerce world, and business skills. If you don't know what Excel is, what is Windows, what is Mac, what is those like basic computer skills, then make sure that you have those. I see like maybe with older people that get into this and then they lack the fundamentals. They don't know how to use Canva, for example, which is a simple basic graphic tool. I'm not expecting you to be an expert, but to edit something or save files, like basic skills computer are, in my opinion, must. How to do research. If you don't know how to do research and find answers to your questions by your own, then this is a basic business skill or skill to life. You should work on yourself first, or organization in your business and knowing your numbers. Those are basic business skills that you need to have before entering into Amazon FBA or to any business, because you will fail. And so I hope it gives you some inspiration, knowing and learning from my experience. from transitioning from being a part-time Amazon FBA seller into a full-time Amazon FBA seller, and in general, the pros and cons as an Amazon FBA seller. Thank you very much for watching. Please share it, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching again.